and his third in the last two games. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough as the A's 11-game losing skid came to an end. Braves will now look to even up the series at a game apiece behind Bryce Elder coming up tonight at 9:40 p.m. Eastern. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and this has been your Braves Radio Network Morning Update.
The Wake Up Crew, weekday mornings, 6 to 7:50.
WGNS, your good neighbor station.
Rutherford County's place to talk.
This segment is not a testimonial of the services provided by Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE's Pro Solar program is committed to educating members on the process and helping them achieve their renewable energy goals. Learn more about Pro Solar and your free consultation at mte.com/prosolar. Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin joining us here today, and we're going to talk about new law that may offer some financial opportunities. But first of all, Mr. Colvin, good morning.
Hello, Brian. How are you doing today?
Doing very good. Doing good. Glad to have you here. And, school's out for summer. Summertime's here. Lots of people out and about enjoying a great Memorial Day weekend. Hope you had a good one.
You know, it was very relaxing. Got to see some old friends and meet some new friends, and it was very nice. Very nice. Hope yours was as well.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. So as we take a look at the new law that may offer some financial opportunities, maybe kind of start us out talking about what I think it's called the Secure 2.0 Act.
Yes, and you and I have been discussing this over the last month or so. There's just so many pieces to it, Brian. And obviously different folks are listening on different days, although we want folks to listen every day to WGNS.
Absolutely.
Because it definitely is the most relevant information for us locally here. So thank you for being here for us. But, like you said, with these new laws coming into place, what we're working on, your own decisions, your actions, they typically determine your financial strategies. But outside events can always affect your choices as well. And some of those outside events are laws that come into play for us, Brian. Within that, one that may be the case here is the recent change or passage of the Secure 2.0 Act that went into place roughly the last 2 weeks of December. And again, we've been talking about them quite a bit over the last month or so.
And there's some changes, with this piece of legislation that, depending on your situation, could be important to you. We're going to talk about if you're a retiree, what it could mean if you're still working, and especially as well if you're a business owner, some things that could be really big in this Secure 2.0 Act that could help you out. And let's take retirees first. If you're a retiree, what are some things you need to be on the outlook for?
Well, so one is going to be a higher age for RMDs. Another is going to be lower penalties for missing your RMD. And then there are some new options for qualified charitable distributions that we want to discuss as well.
Now, those RMDs are required minimum distributions, and so a higher age for that. Kind of walk us through that.
Sure. So the age at which you must start taking withdrawals, note as your required minimum distribution from your traditional IRA as well as 401ks, this has increased from the age of 72 to the age of 73, effective this year. And there are still a lot of folks that don't realize that went into place, Brian. we're getting a lot of calls saying, hey, when do I have to take, when do I have to take it? A lot of folks were getting to say, hey, you don't have to take it. The law changed for you. So within that, if you turn 72 in 2022, but still have not taken your first RMD, then you'll need to do so this year.
Okay.
And in 2033, the RMD age will actually increase again to age 75. So you don't have to wait until these ages before taking withdrawals, but the new age limits may affect your withdrawal decisions. They may help you in deciding where to take dollars from to have a more comfortable retirement going forward.
Now, you also mentioned lower penalties for missing your RMDs.
That's correct. If you don't take at least the RMD for a given year, then you could face tax penalties. Previously, this penalty was 50% of the amount that you were supposed to take. Now it's been reduced to 25% tax or penalty on the amount that you're supposed to take.
Mm-hmm. And you also kind of talked a bit about new options for qualified charitable distributions. So maybe you can give us some info about that.
Correct. So if you're 70 and a half or older, then you can make a one-time qualified charitable distribution up to $50,000 to entities that previously could not receive the QCDs, including charitable remainder unit trusts and charitable gift annuities that meet certain criteria. Because QCDs are typically excluded from your taxable income and could satisfy some or all of your required minimum distributions, which are otherwise taxable, these expanded opportunities may prove beneficial for a tax standpoint. So consult with your tax advisor, sometimes even discuss with your estate planning attorney, as we talk about often on here, to see if and how QCDs might make sense for your situation moving forward.
We've got Edward Jones financial advisor Lee Colvin joining us as we talk about the new law Secure 2.0 and how it may offer some financial opportunities for you. So we've talked about our retirees. What if you're still working? I think we're going to talk about Roth contributions to retirement plans, especially here.
Yes. So if you're still working, Roth contributions to retirement plans starting this year, if you participate, sorry, give me just 1 second.
That's okay.
Brian.
Thought we might have lost you there for a second.
If you participate in a 401k or similar plan, then you can take your employer's matching and other contributions on a Roth basis. While these contributions will count as taxable income, they can ultimately be withdrawn along with any earnings that they generate tax-free, provided that you meet certain conditions.
All right, very good there. So now to business owners. So business owners, listen up. You've got opportunity for increased tax credit for starting a retirement plan, employer contribution credits, military spouse tax incentive, and let's hit those one at a time here, Lee. I guess, first of all, increased tax credit for starting a retirement plan.
Yeah, this is such a benefit, Brian, because so many employers are scared of the costs of administering retirement plans for their employees. That the increased tax credit for starting a retirement plan, if you have 50 or fewer employees, you can now claim a startup credit covering 100% up from 50% of the administrative costs of opening a 401k plan, up to $5,000 for each of the first 3 years of the plan.
Wow.
So again, for up to 3 years, you can get potentially $5,000 per year to start up a retirement plan for you and your business.
What about employer contribution credit?
So you may now be able to get a tax credit based on employee matching or profit-sharing contributions. This credit is capped at $1,000 per employee and phases out gradually over 5 years.
Okay. And you mentioned, we're going to mention here, military spouse tax incentive?
Yes. So, Brian, if you have 100 or fewer employees who earn at least $5,000 annually, you can earn a tax credit of up to $500 for 3 years if you make military spouses eligible for a retirement plan, such as a 401k or SEP IRA. You can receive the credit for the year in which the military spouse is hired, plus the next 2 taxable years.
Okay.
And Brian, this is so important because as a military spouse, I bring this up because Edward Jones, one of our clients and one of our advisors, are some of the ones that helped initiate this into the Secure 2.0 Act, and we're so excited about it because as a spouse of a military participant, they cannot control when their spouses are having to be moved all over the country, all over the world to protect us as citizens. So to give them the advantage of participating and being able to participate in a retirement plan and not be excluded because they may have to move within 2 to 3 years is such a huge benefit to those spouses, to those families who are sacrificing themselves for us as citizens in a country all the time. So we just want to appreciate them for that and definitely want to let employers know that this benefit and this tax credit is out here where they can help fund matching to employees who are military spouses.
Lee, obviously we've spent the last couple of shows with you talking about Secure 2.0 Act, and you know we're just really kind of scratching the surface each time. So there are maybe certain parts of this that would be that maybe we didn't talk about it today, but something that could benefit you. My point here is, in our last minute, a good chance to talk to your financial advisor.
Definitely a great time and great reason to speak with us, Brian. We would love to talk with you, would love to help you. As an individual who's trying to protect their family and provide more for the future, or as a business owner in the community, also trying to provide better services for the community and their employees. We want to help. We want to have the questions answered for you. Please give us a call. As you and I talked about, Brian, we've got a lot of good advisors here in the local community. But if you don't have one, you can always reach out to my office. We'll be more than happy to ask a few preliminary questions and get you with a good financial advisor with Edward Jones here in the Rutherford County market.
Very good. Lee, as always, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Brian. And again, folks can reach out to us at 615-907-7056. That's 907-7056. Thanks, Brian.
Absolutely. Lee Colvin joining us today, Edward Jones Financial Advisor here on Rutherford Issues. And a reminder, if you missed any part of the program now, check WGNSradio.com for our podcast.
City Tile honors area teachers who go the extra mile.